Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about wellness and fitness and what it means to be healthy. I personally don't have a whole lot of muscles, but I do know how to live a healthy and active lifestyle. Been working on it, and I'm working on it each day. It doesn't get any easier, but it is something that we can learn and train ourselves to do. So the three main things we're talking about are food, exercise, and mind. And all those things have to be fit for us to be able to live productive and healthy lifestyles. So the first topic is food, and that is one thing we all love. I personally love sugary foods and carbs, which are two things you definitely should not be eating. But anyway, it is still something that it's hard for us to struggle with in America because sometimes we don't know that things aren't healthy because we think they're labeled that way. For example, applesauce. Probably not should be your go-to healthy snack. Has lots of sugar, added sugar, and it probably doesn't have a whole lot of real apples in it. Now, it depends on the brand. It depends on where you get it from. But for the most part, those things that are in kind of packaging is not foods that we don't want to necessarily buy. I recently have started adding vegetables to my diet. Now, this might sound crazy, but you really should aim for putting 9 servings of vegetables a day into your body. Now, I can personally say I don't make that goal every day, but it is my goal. I usually end up around 6. So I would kind of start with trying some vegetables you like. I am not a fan of many vegetables, but I do like broccoli. I like carrots. And I recently tried sweet potatoes, and so now I'll just stick a sweet potato in the microwave for 8 minutes, add a little bit of butter and cinnamon, and eat it like that. And I've really enjoyed that. But it took me trying to find out that I liked it. And now it's like a really good snack for me in the afternoons because sometimes between lunch and dinner I get really hungry, and instead of grabbing, chocolate bar like I would before, I now eat a sweet potato. And then in the mornings I typically eat or I drink a smoothie. That was my way for me to be able to get in all my fruits, my 2 to 3 servings of fruits a day. So I usually put in like a banana and some strawberries, or maybe I'll do banana and peanut butter. But I also, to help me get in a vegetable in the morning, I'll add in some spinach. And I don't taste the spinach in the smoothie. It does turn it a little bit green, which could freak you out. But it actually didn't taste anything bad at all, and it added a vegetable into my day. I also might add in some like turkey bacon or eggs because I usually need something solid in the mornings, not just like a liquid, to help me like really get going through the day. Now, my one hardest thing to do is avoid sugar, and sugar is just not a part of our body's natural ability to decompose, and so that's why sugar adds so much fat onto our bodies, because our body really doesn't know what to do with it. And so I would strongly encourage you to read the labels, because even like fruit gummies are really just chock full of sugar. They're not that good for you at all. And so that's one thing I've really had to cut back on is protein bars that I thought were great for me. They actually just have a ton of sugar. That's why I like them. And so I've actually really cut back on like anything packaged and try to focus on like, if I really wanted something sweet, I'll get some strawberries or some blueberries or something else that has sugar in it but naturally. Adding to your diet should definitely be some carbs, but we want to keep those minimal. I wouldn't say no more than a piece of bread a day. And also, you want to add in a little bit of protein, but not too much, because too much protein can actually turn into fat into your body. So I would recommend getting a piece of chicken or having some turkey. I personally love turkey, and I love to put it on sandwiches. And instead of using bread, I can use like sweet potato wraps or some kind of lettuce wrap, so that way I'm not having a bunch of bread in there. The second topic is exercise. Lord knows I don't like to get outside and go run, but in middle school and high school I did play sports, which made it a little easier, but I didn't play sports my junior and senior year, so I had to find alternatives. And so I think for me, walking was probably the most beneficial. If I walked for an hour a day, then I felt so much better. It helps you sleep better, it helps you be less stressed. And if you don't have time to exercise, then find the time to exercise. Get up earlier, stay up later, because it is something your body needs to be able to function the way that we do in our society, because our jobs right now are not out, doing hard labor anymore. Very few of them are. So it's really important for us to be able to go out and get at least 6 hours of exercise per week, which means, you're about every day a week, so you can maybe take off on Sundays, exercise for 1 hour, because that's really what's important to our body. Now, there are two different types of exercise. There's cardio, and then there's weightlifting. So cardio for me is what I personally enjoy, because I think for me it really gets out that stress. Cardio includes running, walking, swimming, anything that really involves every part of your body and gets it going. I'd like to say burpees are too, because they are really hard and they really get your body involved. But cardio, I try to do at least 4 times a week, and then I'll do weightlifting on those other days. And weightlifting is more of toning your muscles, but the only thing with weightlifting is that it's not as physically active on your body. You're actually only working usually one thing. So like if you're doing some sort of dumbbell lifts or your squats, then those are pretty much just focused on one muscle area in your body, whereas cardio activities are typically more involved with the whole body system. And then the last thing you want to do to keep your body fit is promote mind wellness. I almost mixed that up, but it's mind wellness. And that's often something we don't think about as something we need to do. But mind wellness is just keeping your mind sane and being less stressed, taking that time for yourself. And there's a few ways we can do that. There is, reading your Bible or reading any kind of religious or scriptural passages or books, because that takes us a little bit out of the present, which could be very stressful. If we're stressing on homework or family issues, sometimes taking that time to read. And you know what? Sometimes it doesn't even have to be just religious text. It can be anything for yourself. I personally love Malcolm Gladwell books. Those are the kind of books that I would try to read on my free time to promote that wellness in my mind. Sleeping is something that's really hard to do when you have lots of homework piled up, but getting at least 8 hours a night. I personally need 10, and I make time for 10 every night to sleep, because then you wake up more refreshed, more ready for your day, and we get cranky when we're sleepy. We know it. Just like being hangry. You can't not go to sleep, because you'll get angry too. There's 2 other ways that you can promote mind, and they're kind of opposite. There's time for yourself and time with your friends. So the time for yourself would be enjoying things that you like to enjoy. I personally love to make up random dances and dance, which also ties into exercise and finding what you like to exercise. But then spending time with your friends, because your friends will provide that good outlet for you to be able to relax and blow off some steam. So make time for those activities to promote your wellness in your mind. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So we went over how to be well in your food, well in exercise, and well in your mind, because all 3 of those topics are really important to our whole body working together. Thank you guys, and like always, if you need anything or if you want me to include any topics on my upcoming videos, please put them in the comments box down there. I thank you guys, and blessings. Remember to embrace different.